Hi, this is Archana from Gagah Wellness. Okay, today I'm going to quickly show you how I do my sizzling hot plate tofu. Okay, don't mind me for looking like this. I'm sweating and yeah, I'm sweating in the wet kitchen. So basically, this is a sizzling hot plate tofu, which normally you see in Chinese restaurants, right? In the hot sizzling plate like that, because they put egg on the bottom layer and they use the Japanese tofu, which has egg in it itself. Okay, so but today what we're going to do is we are going to do a vegetarian version of it, which means I'm not going to use egg, and I'm also omitting the hot plate, not because it's non-veg, but because I do not have a hot plate. But basically the taste is going to be more or less the same lah. So if in Chinese restaurants you see they put sizzling, no, they put minced chicken and all those stuff, right? So this time for the minced chicken, I'm replacing it with the vegetarian version of minced chicken. This is made of soy. I've also cooked without it, it's fine also. And then I also have roughly chopped mushrooms. These are the normal, not the tea mushrooms. Tea mushrooms give a different flavor. These are the mushroom as it is. Okay, the white mushroom, the brown mushroom, and the potato mushroom, something like that. I'm not really particular about which mushroom I'm using. Whatever is in the fridge, I just take and chop it. Okay, so basically that is it. And for the tofu, I'm actually using. Why you want to help me? I'm actually using this pressed tofu, this pressed Japanese tofu. So it's the very jiggly tofu, you know, the very soft tofu. What are you doing?
Jiggly tofu?
Yeah, the jiggly one. Normally you steam it. But what I did, I tried frying it. I didn't know how to. I was craving for Japanese tofu and I thought, okay, why not?
Hi, it was my recipe.
No. So I thought, why not? I just use this because this has a very soft texture like Japanese tofu. Sorry for going very fast. Okay. So I used this tofu and I fried it and it worked. So you can see at the end result how it looks. So you can see, it just looks like that. Okay, so I'm going to start off with that. So I got no proper measurements of the recipe and all that. So as I cook, you just see it because I really don't have it. Okay, so I'm starting the fry. I actually started it and I already put in the oil. So let me focus this through the pan. Can you all see? I hope it's clear. Hold on, let me just adjust this a little bit. Hope you can see. Maybe next time I can try to do something better than this. Okay. I hope it's not that bad. Okay. So I'm heating up the oil a little bit, and I'm just going to put my onion. I just roughly chopped one piece of onion. Oh, I need to take my wooden spoon. Give me a minute. So okay, so I'm going to just put this onion in. Okay. I'm just going to cook it for a bit. You can also put blended onion actually. This is not a proper cook show where I'm going to do perfect cooking. It's just showing you how I cook. Probably if the recipe works for you, it works. Then if it's not, it doesn't work. If it fails also, you're going to see it fail. So if it works, then maybe you can adapt it. But if it fails, then you can just laugh about it. So this is not a recorded version, because recorded version is normally very perfect, right? When you cook, you correct it and all that. Okay? So I'm just going to get it a bit wilted. Actually, half an onion. This tofu that I have fried is actually from 3 packets of tofu. 3 packets of this. Okay. The lighting is very bad. I need to get a better lighting. Just gonna get it, let it wilt a little bit. Then I have this blended garlic. I'm going to put that in. I like more garlic. It will taste better. Or you can just chop the garlic. Just going to put like this much, like 1 teaspoon, a little bit more than that. A little bit more lah. It will taste good. And ginger, similar to the garlic but a little bit lesser. Okay. There's no proper measurements here. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to mix that a little bit in the oil so it cooks. So while it cooks a little bit, the raw smell goes off, I just dump in this vegetarian version of chicken. So when you put this in, you have to really stir it, if not it will lump up, right? The onion, garlic, ginger, the combination, the good smell is coming and the raw smell has to go.
First, it's awful and fried.
You didn't fry, he's lying, he didn't do anything and they can't see. This lighting is very, very bad. I don't know if I put it further, it's good. Okay. Next time we'll try to work out a better like the minced chicken, the vegetarian one. Made of soy.
This one you can mix.
No.
So you can actually talk about the can only.
Why?
So whoever want to.
I'm going to put the vegetarian minced chicken in. I really like this minced chicken. Honestly, it doesn't taste like chicken lah, but I don't know, I just love the taste. Alternatively, yeah, this is vegetarian. That's why I didn't use the egg tofu. It's the tahu impit. Tahu impit is there's no egg in it. Did you just leave the tofu? Is it cooked enough?
No, you didn't put salt, huh?
No, I don't put salt in it. Some people when they fry the tofu they put salt, but I don't. I like to put salt in the end. So when you put salt earlier, it actually modifies into some. So when that cooks a little bit, you can fry it separately and then add it in. You should get a better lighting up in it. Just gonna let it cook a bit. So yeah, while it
Why you
cooks,
remove the foil?
you can talk to them. Huh?
Why you remove the
Never
foil?
mind, that one disturbing me. So see, this guy is so-called
Okay.
Mr. Prem.
So since he's trying to focus the camera on the stove, so I think I have to bend down a bit. Okay. So I'm actually just doing some work, so I could smell that she's cooking something. That's why I just wanted to come and check out what she's actually doing. And suddenly I saw that she's going live with you guys.
I'm just still stirring that chicken because it takes time.
So how long do you need to stir?
Don't know. And this one, you all don't ask me. I don't know. I'll simply cook it.
So since it's live, you all have to bear with us, because we are not doing a recorded version whereby
And we
you
don't practice it before, like we're showing you how we actually do our cooking. So probably you can learn something from it, or you don't learn something from it, you just laugh about it. If it becomes a joke also, we don't mind. Even if you think we are like some funny people. I'm actually going to add more oil to it, a little bit. This is how I cook. I'll be like in the middle, I'll add oil. That's how I do it. Okay. Because this is vegetarian, you don't really need to be worried about how cooked is it or whatsoever. If it's chicken, obviously you need to make sure it's really, very cooked. But chicken cooks faster than pork. Okay. Let's see, I hope you all can see. What am I saying? So as this is cooking, I give it a little bit of cooking time. I'm going to add the mushroom. You can actually use shiitake here. Some recipes they actually use shiitake, especially the actual version of tofu, egg tofu. So because I modified it in my vegetarian version, I just did whatever I want to do. So I didn't even chop chunky. I couldn't find a vegetarian recipe, so I started making this, like there was one vegetarian and I started cooking it and I like it. add all the sauce later. Normally mushrooms release water, right, when you cook. So while it's cooking, okay. So what are you all cooking today? What are you guys having for dinner? It's Adi Masam, right? Most of you are vegetarian. So how do you modify your normal non-veg food into vegetarian dishes? So actually share. Actually, it's very easy to modify dishes, and you don't even need to use the minced chicken vegetarian version. Actually, I just bought it the other day, so I thought I want to use it. So I will have some people watching. I think most of you are already eating. We are going to have our dinner after this, only after I finish this cooking. As that cooks, when you feel a bit satisfied with the cooking, then you can start adding stuff. Like what I'm going to add is here, what you call soybean paste with chili. This one is quite nice. It has the beans. You can see the beans actually. You can see the beans lah. You can see the beans. What should be here? The ingredients are just like soybean, wheat flour, salt, sugar, chili, benzoic acid. Benzoic is the preservative. And I'm going to use vegetarian soy sauce, which is made of basically shiitake mushroom. Okay, you see. At this point, you can actually add corn flour at this point, or you can just do it later. And you feel it's a bit how to show you can see. So this is how it looks. Okay, so it's pretty much cooked. So I'm just going to add the soybean paste 1 spoon first. A little bit more. As I said, there's no proper measurement. And the oyster mushroom, no, vegetarian oyster sauce. So I'm going to keep that a little bit of stir. Let it cook in the oil a bit before I add water. I'm also going to add soy sauce. Okay, I usually get the blue one, but now whatever I have left. Salty one, I'm going to add to it. Okay, I'm going to mix that a bit. I'm going to put the baby corn. Okay, I just had some I bought for my baby. My baby, then I saw it was in the fridge a few times. So alright, so they're not really cooking vegetables. I think I should have added it in earlier, but okay. Let me just give it a little bit of taste. I think I'll add a bit more of this. So I think it's already like 2 teaspoons now. We will add a bit more soy sauce. The flame always complains there's not enough sauce. Soy sauce, what do you call this? Sorry.
Oyster.
Oyster sauce.
Vegetarian oyster.
Yeah. So add a bit more ketchup, mask.
So they have to balance up the salt and...
Yeah, it's a bit irritating to do that. And now I'm going to add water. I hope you all can see. Can see you all. So I just added water into whatever that I mixed.
Why you remove the foil?
Because it was like falling and it looks horrible in the video. Actually, we normally have a foil layer to cover, but it looks very bad. Because it's not like, it doesn't sit properly. So yeah, this is what that's done. We can actually add white pepper, right? So it could be, always the Chinese food when you put white pepper it tastes better. I don't know if I missed any ingredients or not. I stumbled. Let me wash the spoon that I used just now. Okay. I'm just going to let it cook a little bit. Then after that I'm going to add the corn flour. So for the corn flour I have a cup of water here. One spoon. Corn flour, tepung jagung. Okay, so it gets a bit thicker. I'm just very Cincai person, so I'm just putting whatever I feel like putting and see if it turns out. Let me get the, just putting a little bit of the soybean paste again, whatever that's on the spoon. You don't want to waste it. Okay. Then I'm going to just put in the tofu. See, it has oil also. Oops. That is the Japanese tofu. It's very, very fragile. Normally people steam it. They don't cook it like this. So you cannot stir much. You can just like, And then you put the perfume of cooking. Perfume means this minyak bijan. Minyak bijan, not the normal nalana. This is the black nalana, the Chinese one. Just a little bit, sprinkle like 4 or 5 drops. Cannot put too much, nanti pakai pula. So you just swirl it a bit. So far I didn't use salt, so I'm going to give a last taste and see if I need salt. I'm just moving like that because the tofu is it's even more fragile than the sizzling, than the what you call Japanese tofu. The Japanese tofu, at least after you fry, it's a bit more stiff. Everything is good. I don't know, I'm very bad with salt. What can I add? Let me add some thick soy sauce. I'm just adding. Okay. I know the way I'm cooking it looks weird, the way I'm moving the spoon. I'm just on the Japanese stove to break. It's very sayang. I think I must add a bit salt. I guess it's already cooking enough, so I can add salt at this point of time. Sorry for blocking. Let's give it a taste first, so we don't overboard with the salt. Always opt to put the salt at the end, because you don't want it to get into it gets somewhat like mutated or something, I'm not sure. A little bit more angry. Actually, the soy sauce you buy also has different flavors. Like this particular soy sauce, I realized it's not really masing. It's kind of like sweet. If you buy the other brand, it will be a bit more masing, so it makes more sense. Okay. So I made it a little bit watery because we want to eat it with rice and we don't have any other dish with it. You can actually make it much thicker. And that's it. So yeah, so that is it, the dish. Okay, so I'm letting it boil a little bit and you can have it with rice. Hi Caroline, Charlene, thanks. Okay, so that's how we do our vegetarian version, and we'll just eat it with brown rice. Okay, and I think that is all I want to show. Maybe we can play it out later, we can show you. I need to clean up and everything. So thanks for watching, and I hope we can improve how we are projecting our cooking, because at the moment we cook in the wet kitchen and our dry kitchen looks better, but we cannot cook there because the whole house will start to smell. So yeah, so I hope you don't mind me not giving you the measurements and all, because that's how I cook. So I just hentam-hentam masuk and I'm just sharing you. So maybe those who are watching can grab something from that. If you find it not so just amusing also, it's fine, whatever you feel about it, as long as I hope I did send out some message there, like how you can modify your non-veg into vegetarian, and you can also opt out the soy meat that I used. Okay, that's not necessary, but I just used it because I already have it, and I do not have any other ideas to use the minced soy meat, right? If you don't use it, you can just more mushrooms, okay, shiitake mushroom, button mushroom. Don't use steamed mushrooms, that's highly processed. Even ketchups and all are processed, but usually in most of our food we do not have a choice. We can if we choose not to have that, but because most of our food we are Malaysians and we have ketchups and all that, oyster sauce, all are processed. We can make our own but instead of using sauce berperisa tiram sayuran, you can actually make your own what do you call, stock with shiitake mushroom, because all this, like instead of chicken stock, for vegetarian they use shiitake mushroom stock, right? So you can use that, make your own stock, or you can do things if you have the luxury of time and you have the dedication. I do not have that much. We try to eat healthy as we can when we cook at home, but it's always not the best luck. Like things that I can modify is like instead of cooking, putting salt early, I try to put it in the end. It's difficult because when you put it early, you can actually taste it and know what's happening. But if you put it in the end, it's a bit difficult because in between when you taste it, you're not going to get the actual taste. But that is very important. I'll share you the details about salt, like why do we actually add in the end, okay? And I don't marinate stuff with salt so much unless I'm going to fry it. Like chicken, I'm going to fry it. But if other than that, I don't like the, what do you call, the tofu. Even if it's the hard tofu, I do not put salt and all that, okay? Because I believe like it's okay, even eat with the kuah, right? The kuah got salt already. Okay, I'm sweating, so thank you so much for watching. See you later at 10 o'clock tonight, okay? Bye.